Happy Sunday. Welcome to the freaking start of week 3 of prep. That is crazy. Time is going so quickly, and I was literally even saying in my check-in this week to my coach, like, time is going so quick. It's exciting, but also like I'm trying to be as present as possible because it just seems so surreal that it actually is already here. Being in prep is something that I have been so excited about for so freaking long that I genuinely really just want to be in the moment, and I feel like I definitely have been, which has been really quite good. Vlogging has definitely helped for sure. At the moment I'm doing, as you can probably tell, fortnightly vlogs only because it is a 20-week prep, so first couple of weeks there isn't like a lot of exciting things happening. It's really just, you know, gym, cardio, eating, all the things. Nothing crazy has been happening. My scale weight is down quite a bit. It went down quite a bit the first couple of weeks for sure. I am now, I think, on day like 22, 23-ish of my cycle, so I'm about to get my period next week. So scale weight has just been very steady over the last couple of days. It hasn't moved much at all. It went down by like 0.1 of a gram this morning, but honestly, like, I don't see it dropping too much more over the next couple of days. So for me, when I get my period, my weight either increases or stays pretty stagnant for like the few days beforehand, and then I'll get my cycle and it will drop, which is similar to a lot of females. Obviously I am a coach, so I do see it quite often with the girls that I do coach, so nothing out of the ordinary there, which is fine. Best thing is though, going into week 3 my calories still haven't dropped. So obviously we had that massive drop in calories going into prep, so going into week 1 I went down a huge amount, so because of that my weight has dropped quite a lot, and I'm very much on track for where I need to be. My coach is super happy, so he's just like, you know, we don't want to drop calories this week, it's not necessary, like you're already a week ahead. So yeah, I'm already a week ahead, although I know after this week my scale is probably not going to drop a whole lot, so my food will probably drop next week, but I'm going to take advantage of it while I can. I've actually changed my food this week, guys. You'll probably be so proud of me. I'm not eating boring shit this week. I think because I'm about to get my cycle, I noticed in the last couple of days my cravings have been just like a little bit there, not a whole lot, because I mean I don't have cravings as much anymore. I think because I was in a surplus for such a long period of time, the thought of eating anything was just like not really fun, so cravings haven't been really there, but I did notice a little bit over the last couple of days, so I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a week where I eat some fun foods. So I literally went into the recipe books that I give all my clients, and sorry, we went a little bit crazy there. I went into the recipe books that I give my clients and the meal ideas that I give my clients, and I picked a lunch and dinner option. Breakfast is going to be the same for me because I still want to have my oats and my berries and my chia seeds and stuff like that, but lunch and dinner is something new and exciting, so I'm super excited for that. I may have to stop this filming for now because the road is like really bumpy and my camera is like moving, so I'm going to stop this and I will chat to you in a second when I get to where I'm going. I will not lie with you, this camera is literally like sitting on my blinker thing, I don't know what you call that, and like balancing on my steering wheel at the same time. So, but the patience that I have right now to set this up and talk to you guys, I'm like actually starving. But I'm aware I didn't actually come back to you guys after sorry, that's really rogue. That is elite, honestly. This is the best thing. Anyways, I'm aware I didn't get back to you guys after I was driving. The road was like super bumpy and I couldn't concentrate and talk at the same time. That's just really dangerous. So there was also a crash on the Monash, so it took me a little bit longer to get to Richmond than I thought, and I was a little bit late, so I wasn't going to stop because Sunday is for posing and that's where I was going, so that was really good. Quite I just spilt all this rice everywhere. Anywho, quite a group today, which was nice. It was really good to utilize the space that was in there and really just focus on your surroundings and focus on yourself as well, and just the flow of arms and things like that. So that was fab. I was going to film, but we only did one run through of the tea walk, so I didn't actually end up filming that because I was very zoned in, I suppose, and really wanted to concentrate, so I just kind of forgot about that. And I'm not used to vlogging again, so I really need to get used to and remind myself to get my camera out, but that's okay. It was a really good session, but I came home and I literally just meal prepped for the week, which I haven't really done in the longest time. I work from home, so obviously I have the luxury of cooking on the day, but as time goes on, I know that I'm going to have less and less time, so I just want to get back in the rhythm of cooking. Plus it's just like so much easier, especially like lunchtime. I find like I am super busy in the mornings training all the things, and then I get home and by the time I've cooked, I'm not eating lunch until like 2 o'clock. So if I've got the stuff that I need prepared, it just makes it like so much quicker. So that's what I've done this week. I have mixed up my meals this week. I've been eating some yummy stuff. As you can see, I'm actually so hungry. I want to eat this so bad. It is like a chicken and rice salad with like these sauces. Honestly, I was saying that I hated salad, but this is like the coleslaw salad mix from Woolies, plus with like rice, chicken, and then there's also this hot sauce and Kewpie mayo as well. So I'm actually really excited for this. And then I've actually got like little mini pizzas, which I'll show you for dinner this week. So all I did was I just prepped the rice and measured all that out, and then also the chicken. So the chicken is a topper for my salad and also my pizzas this week. So I'm actually having chicken twice a day. Usually I like to switch it up, but I just did that this week. It just is what it is. So I just made sure I measured all that out, portion sized it. So then literally all I have to do is tonight is cut the muffin and put the salads on, and then I've already got the chicken that's already cooked and chuck it in the air fryer for like 10 minutes. So super easy. And same with my salad, like literally all I have to do now is add in the 100 grams of mixed salad already and then chuck sauces on it. Like that's it. So I've just made it super easy on myself. But yeah, so posing was really good today. I really enjoyed myself. I freaking love IPA, honestly. Like the girls, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, about the fact that I'm actually almost sad to compete, because it means that I'm not going to be like hanging out with them every Sunday, as weird as that sounds. Like I'm actually like, this part of prep is the best part. Like, oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Like the actual journey itself, and I know people like talk about it more towards the end, but I'm actually feeling so present at the moment in the first couple of weeks. I think I spoke about this before, which is actually so good because I struggle to be present in my day-to-day life. And you know what I think it is, because I've been reflecting on this a little bit lately about the fact that for the last couple of years I have like gone all in my business, in my clients and things like that, and I haven't really done much for myself. Yes, I was still training and doing all those sorts of things for myself, but not as intense as like a prep for a bodybuilding competition. I don't want to say disowned myself, but I didn't make myself a priority for the last couple of years. So the fact that I've got this now as a priority, it's made me be a lot more selfish, and genuinely that's helped me be more present, which I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's just what I'm experiencing. So that's good, and I'm taking advantage of it because, as I said, I really struggle to be present, so this has been great. So I am going to miss being in prep. I can already tell. I literally love IPA. I love posing every Sunday. It's so fun. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but posing was really good today. And that's really all I have planned for my Sundays other than meal prepping. I went grocery shopping yesterday, so that really helped with my time. But yeah, just have to get my steps up today. Other than that, everything's going really well. Like, I'm really happy. I think I'm going to slowly start booking things for sure, just to be a little bit more on top of it, because everyone I've spoken to is like already been booking makeup for Gold Coast and things like that. And I have literally done nothing, which is crazy. Although, in freaking saying that, super randomly, okay, So a bit of a backstory. So I am hiring my bikinis. I'm not buying them. They can be upwards of like $2,000 each, and I want to do 2 shows, and it just wasn't going to be in the budget. And there is so many freaking beautiful bikinis out there that I was like, I'm going to find one that I love. Like, that's just what I'm going to do. So I decided that a while ago, which I love, and it's actually been so much less stressful. When I decided to compete, I went down the path of, you know, designing a bikini and stuff like that. And honestly, that was stressing me out, to be honest. And I just let it go for a couple of months. And I obviously have been thinking about it and was like, you know what, like hiring just seems way less stressful. So that's what I'm going to do for myself. Personal preference. So I've just been on the lookout for bikinis that I love, that I know are designed by someone that's really great and also are going to fit me. There's a specific shape that I do like. I'm very picky, and also colors. There's certain colors that I'm steering very clear from, certain colors that I'm gravitating towards. I'm not like adamant about I want this like perfect thing. I do have flexibility. I think you do have to have a little bit of flexibility if you do decide to hire, but there is specifics in what I do want because I know what's going to work for the shape of my body from obviously myself and my coaches I've gotten advice from. So anyways, long story short, I found a bikini that I really freaking loved and I've hired it. I cannot believe I've literally already hired my first bikini. I hadn't organized anything. Like I haven't actually even like locked in a show specifically or anything like that. Obviously I know I want to compete end of year, but we are just waiting until I hit like the 12-month mark to fully be like, okay, yeah, this is a go ahead. But in saying that, with the bikini side of things, I was keeping in mind that I am competing end of year. So if I do see something that I love that is obviously going to fit me as well, because I don't have big ass titties, because a lot of them do, but I was just going to go for it. So that's what I did. And I hired my first freaking bikini. I think it was yesterday. I was on the phone to my partner whilst I was doing it because I was like stressed because I was like, oh my God, like this is really scary, very spontaneous. Am also in my luteal phase, so everything I'm just second guessing in my brain. But it is a beautiful bikini. I got it approved by my posing coach. It's going to fit me. It's a perfect size. It is in the color ranges that I love. So yeah, I'm super excited. So there is just one more bikini that I do have to find and get, but I'm not stressed about any of this. Like genuinely, I'm so chill. Like I know everything will work out. So yeah. Good morning. Oh, sorry, I think you could see my nipples through that top, but happy Monday. Oh my gosh, I was about to say Tuesday. I forgot that I filmed yesterday and it was Sunday, so happy Monday. It's actually a public holiday in Melbourne today, so everyone is home. A little bit of a reality check. As a business owner though, I genuinely can't even keep up to date with all the public holidays. This is a super side note, but I always get really good compliments on my skin. I used to use a lot of Dermalogica products, then I recently switched to a lot of the QV products, and I wash my face and I moisturize my face with QV, but every single day I will pop on this as well. It's the Naked Sundays, like a primer, but it's got SPF in it, and as you can see, like it's got a little bit of color in it too, so if I fake tan, it just blends it a lot better. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. But bit of a reality check for you. For a business owner, obviously I don't really get a public holiday. Like today is Monday. It is a usual Monday for me. Oh my God, the way that I'm like putting on this cream, like I'm really exposing myself here. Like I really just am so rough with my face, low key. But it is just a regular Monday for me. I don't really get the day off. I feel like people like see all the like good parts of the business and like they're like, oh, the flexibility and all the things, and like yes, that exists, but also like not really. Like if I go on holidays, like I bring my laptop with me, I'm still working. Public holiday, like I'm still working. There's flexibility around it, and that I wouldn't trade for the world. Like I love that, so I can go to the gym midday and like I can choose when I do certain things, like to a certain degree. Obviously, like there is obviously time frames for everything and some things need to be done like at a certain time, but you get to choose when you show up. So if I want to, so yes, you can choose like when you want to show up, and that is great. So I can like show up at midnight if I want and get my work done. Anyway, why I'm bringing this up is because the reality of owning a business is you don't get a public holiday, which I mentioned, yes, but my partner, obviously, he does, and he actually has today and tomorrow off, which I love for him. But we have been trying to spend a little bit more time together recently because we don't see each other that often. We're both so busy, so we wanted to prioritize it this long weekend, but that reality meant for me I still have all the things that I need to do on a Monday. So I got up really early this morning and smashed it out. Got up at literally a ridiculous hour. As you can see, I'm literally still in my pajamas, which is a slay. Like, I love the flexibility of that. I've done my work this morning in my pajamas. Yeah, I had to get up really early this morning and prioritize and get all of that done because those things needed to be done today, and it doesn't matter whether it's a public holiday or not, they needed to be done. But I still wanted to spend time with my partner. So that's what the reality of that is, and the reality of that for my morning is. But it is a new week this week. I am excited. Week 3, time is going so quickly, like I've already mentioned. But I have, done all my work this morning, or a good chunk of it anyway. As honestly, for me, if I was to be like, okay, like, I want to spend time with my partner today, right, great. I could not concentrate if I had have taken the morning off and gone and spend time with him this morning. I literally said to him last night, I was like, I'm gonna have to get up early, do my shit, that way I can actually fully clock off and fully like be present in that time with him, because otherwise like I would just be stressing about the billion things that I have to do. So I feel like 10 times better by doing that this morning. I don't know if anyone can relate or that's like healthy or not, but that's just me and that's how I work, and I've learned to not fight myself against it. I think everyone has ways in which it works for them and ways that it doesn't. It's kind of like tracking your food, right? Like, not everyone can track their food. It doesn't work for everyone in terms of like where they're at in life and like whether they have like the relationship with food, that a positive relationship with food, that they can do it in a positive light. Like, I see that with like everything in life. Like, it's not going to be for everyone. Is that toxic for some people? Potentially. Is it toxic for me? No, it actually makes me feel less stressed and works way better for me. So I work in with what works for me, and it's taken a while for me to get to that point in life, but I'm here now, and I've obviously still got so much to learn, but I'm super happy with that. So anyways, I don't know where I was going with this tangent, but I've done what I needed to do this morning. I will, if I'm going to be completely honest, probably do a little bit more later tonight. But for the rest of the day, I want to switch off as much as possible. Obviously, I still have my phone on me, still will be messaging clients. I won't be sitting at my laptop, which is a slay. It is super sunny outside today too, which is so random for Melbourne in winter. So got to take advantage of that. Going to the gym now, actually. My partner's going to come with me. So I have lower body to hit today and some cardio, so I'll do that, and then the plan is to go for a walk, get steps up, potentially take the dogs. I'm not too sure whether we will take the dogs or not, because I think he mentioned he wanted to go down to Rye, which is like a while from our house, and the dogs, like, I have a border collie and he has a husky. The husky's pretty chill in the car, because we actually took the husky, we drove to Queensland, and he was a pup, so he's actually really good in the car. But my border collie, she is not great with long car trips. Like, she's got, I swear, ADHD and just cannot sit still, so we don't take her for long car trips as much as possible, because she just wants to get out of the car and go run, which is fair. So we'll see, potentially take the dogs for a walk. If not, we'll just walk ourselves and get steps up. But that is the plan for today, I think. my way to the gym. I'm a little bit later today because Corey has the day off work today and we want to obviously spend the afternoon together. So smashed out a bunch of work this morning, although I was a little bit slower in getting up this morning, I will say. Oh my gosh, these cold mornings make it feel literally impossible, I swear, to get out of bed. So that was not the vibe. Bad on my behalf, but got some of what I needed to get done. But I need to get to the gym and then get back home by 2 p.m. because we're going to drive down to Rye. I think I mentioned this yesterday. We didn't end up going to Rye yesterday afternoon, so we do need to do that today. I also run out of creatine, so I need to stop off at Mornington Elite Subs to get some more creatine. So slay, we love that. Also, I only just paid my reg this morning because it was due it was due today, but for the last couple of days I haven't been able to get onto the VicRoads website, so that was not a slay. I think they're doing like an update, so I paid it, and I took a screenshot of it, so I'm praying that is okay. It did say that is classed as like a receipt, so I have it. Here's what it is. I'm just a girl, I don't know, but yeah, so on the way to the gym, have upper body to train today, and I've got 40 minutes of steady state cardio, so we're going to do that. Going to go on the elliptical. I avoid going on the elliptical a little bit because it's a little bit cringy and I get the ick from myself, but I went on the elliptical for the first time last week, I think it was. Oh no, it was definitely the week before, and I honestly felt like motion sickness on it. It was the most wild thing, and I wasn't going that fast because it's just steady state cardio, so my heart rate doesn't need to get too high, but just so random. So I'm going to try it again today and see how we go. But motion sickness on the elliptical is not the vibe, but it's good for like, because it requires you to have a rotate in your like thoracic spine. It's quite good for someone like myself who is quite tight in that area, and you do need to have flexibility in that area for a lot of the posing that you do. So yeah, definitely need to jump on that. So I've got 40 minutes of that after my upper body, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. I wanted to quickly chat to you guys about my bulking period, because I said in my last vlog that I want to sit down and actually talk to you guys about this because I think it's so freaking important. Like, I am in prep, yes, it's exciting, we're in the shred files, all the things, but like the muscle that I've built, alright, we're gonna do it from this angle now because I don't want it falling, but the muscle that I have built, it hasn't come from this prep phase, right? Obviously going into prep, I wanted to have a lot of muscle there. Like, I wanted to compete and be competitive. That was my goal. I didn't want to just jump into prep because I was excited and all the things, like whatever. The muscle building part is what's going to create that shape for me. So a lot of people see prep and they're like, oh my gosh, shredded, she looks amazing, stunning, like, but for the most part, like, what you don't see is what's created that shape is the build phase, the many months, potential years that it's taken to actually create that shape. You don't create shape in a prep phase specifically. You obviously cut down and you get to see that shape, but the creation of the shape is in the surplus. So I started with my coach at the end of 2024, and from then up until obviously 2 weeks ago ish, can't even remember now, my brain, have been in and out of surplus phases. So we have been building my calories up for about 20 or so weeks. I'd say like between like maybe like 18 and 25 weeks would be the phases that I would go in terms of the surpluses, and my calories increased the highest to just over 3,000 calories at one point, right? And I would go in and out of these phases between, you say, like I said, 18 to 25 weeks, depending on obviously how I was feeling. Then I would have 5-week or so mini cuts where I would reset my body, because obviously eating in a surplus for a long period of time does take a toll on your body, and you do start to feel lethargic and potentially those sorts of things. Well, in my experience I did. So having little mini breaks is great for that, but also for keeping the body fat percentage down. So now that I'm in prep, I haven't got this excessive amount of body fat on me. It's easier to cut down. So I'm coming from a good place starting prep, if that makes sense. But like I said, there was about a year and a half of me doing long surplus phases where my calories went up to 3,000, and it was freaking hard. Like, let me tell you, it was freaking hard. For me, obviously I'm only in week 3 of prep, but this is 10 times easier for me right now than a surplus phase. For me, building muscle is where I struggle the most. Yeah, so long ass phases, it's hard. Muscle building is the hardest part for me, for sure. And not so much anymore. It's like I'm afraid to gain like the weight kind of vibe, but genuinely just because it is extremely hard. Like for me, eating that amount of food is crazy. Like the amount of time it was taking out of my day to just be sitting there eating, and it would take me like over an hour to eat my meals because I was just so full, and I ended up just sitting there just staring at my food because I could not fit any more food in my mouth. Like it just took so much out of my day. It was crazy in terms of like how I was feeling. Like I didn't want to show up to the gym because I did feel so lethargic. So for me, my step count was quite low and my cardio was quite low, and that was particularly because of my capacity in terms of routine and showing up and things like that. Also because muscle building is a struggle for me, we took out any of that so I could just focus on increasing my weights, if that makes sense. So it was a huge mental challenge. It was obviously very much needed for my body to become a competitive athlete, for sure, and I'm so glad that I did it. Did I think it was going to be that long in terms of a year and a half? Absolutely not. I think I said this, I thought I went to my coach and I thought I was going to do like 6 months of building and then be in prep. Like I thought I was going to compete end of last year, so the fact that I'm only competing end of this year is just wild to me. But it was definitely worth it, and I'm so glad that I did do it because I look back on like progress photos and I'm like, holy shit, like I definitely needed to build muscle. So I'm glad I did. Trusted my coach 110%, as you should. So yeah, I am happy with that. But this is just your reminder that that's what I went through. Like a year and a half of 20-ish week phases, going in and out between that and mini cuts, of calories being extremely high, shoving my face with food, building muscle, lifting really freaking heavy in gym, feeling lethargic. Like, is it healthy? Not sure. Is it potentially toxic for some people? Potentially. Was it toxic for me? No, it wasn't toxic for me. It didn't have an impact on my relationship with food or anything like that. I could obviously approach that worked for me, and I think this is where a lot of people go so wrong. Like some people were like to me, oh my gosh, you're force feeding yourself. Like, isn't that like really bad for you? Like, it didn't affect me. Like, yes, I felt lethargic, but like my goal was to build muscle. I knew that was what was required for me to do that. Did it have an effect on my relationship with food? No. I still ate so well. Like I ate really good protein, carbs and fats, a lot of whole foods, fiber. Like I felt good. My digestion was good. And now that I'm out of that phase, like it hasn't affected me whatsoever. And that just depends on your personality, I suppose, and the individual. And I don't push those phases on everyone because I don't think they're for everyone or necessary. But I just wanted to be so clear in saying that that's what it took for me to get the body that I will have at the end of the prep, because there's nothing worse than seeing some shredded queen, which we absolutely do love. I don't want you to obviously hear me wrong here, but when you look up to them and think, oh my gosh, I want their body, and then they come out with like this 8-week shred, and you think that you're going to get that body with an 8-week shred, and you absolutely will not. You will freaking not, and you will not catch me dead doing that at the end of this prep, because that is not what it took for me to get here. I've never done an 8-week shred PDF shitty program to get here. So anyway, someone's coming, so I'm just gonna quickly go. But anyways, I just wanted to make my point there. It is Tuesday night. It is 7:30. I have showered and washed my hair. It is super fluffy though, so I'm contemplating whether I straighten it or not because I am about to get my cycle, about to get my period, so my hair is like oily within like 12 hours, which is so annoying. So we will see how we go with that. I may just plait it because I've still got a bit of cardio to do this week. It is only Tuesday. I've got 3 strength sessions and 2 cardios to go, and I've also got to get myself in the sauna. So to be honest with you, it's just going to get oily again, so I might just plait it and then leave it. But I am sitting at my laptop. I've had dinner as soon as I got home at like 5 o'clock. I didn't end up going for a walk, which is a little bit annoying because now I do have about 1900 steps still to get, so I will jump on my walking pad after I finish this. But I am just finishing off content for the week for my Instagram. I have a content schedule that I follow, which is super helpful. I hired someone to help me with my social media because it was just one of those things where I could be consistent with it. And I find this so much with like clients, right? They can get to the gym, they can be consistent with it, but it's kind of like a capacity thing. It's like when you get to the gym, they're like, what the hell do I do? Like I can't be bothered thinking about something every single week in terms of what to do, and then that kind of makes them fall off. And it's the same with like me and content. Like I can be consistent, I can post, that's perfectly fine, but as soon as I have to think about what to post, then I stop posting. So yes, hired someone to help me with that, which has been so great because then I don't have to think about it and I can just create it, schedule it, and it just posts automatically every single week. So anyone that is a business owner or wants to be more consistent on social media and they feel like they have the same problem, just message me and I will send you my contact because she is amazing. But yes, I've just been voice noting and replying to clients tonight and then finishing content off, so I've got 2 posts to do, so I'll do that. I'm normally big on not being on my laptop after like 5 p.m. because I'm going to now find it really hard to fall asleep, although a mix between obviously being in prep, calories have been a little bit lower, getting my period, I think energy has just been super low this week, so I've actually been falling asleep really quickly, so I'm hoping that tonight is the same. Usually I would not be on my laptop this late at all. I literally always advise against it. I was literally speaking to one of my clients today about how she needs to switch off at night as much as possible. Obviously there is seasons and there is nights where you do jump on and you do the things, but not every night, absolutely by no means. So I will finish these 2 posts and then I will jump on the walking pad, get my 1900 steps done. I'm going to finish my fruit as well. I have 100 grams of kiwi fruit, 100 grams of pineapple here. So that is great. I'm going to finish my water as well because I'm feeling so dehydrated at the moment. I'm not drinking enough water. So getting on top of that. Otherwise, that is really the update for you. My camera is about to die though, so that is just a reminder for me to switch off for the night in terms of filming and put this on charge so I can film tomorrow. Wednesday today. I'm on my way to the gym. As you can see, definitely not feeling main character energy today. That is, I'll tell you that for free. We are definitely very much due for my cycle, like I've already mentioned. It is, I think, maybe like day 26. Motherfucker. A better system for filming in the car, but day 26 roughly in my cycle. Oh my gosh. So definitely very much due. Scale weight has not dropped a single little bit this week, which is extremely irritating, especially when you're hitting everything at 100% and showing up, especially like in a luteal phase where you don't want to show up and you're showing up anyway and you're being 100% compliant and the scale just doesn't budge. It actually increased by 200 grams this morning. Yeah, that is just the reality of it. I know, and I cannot freaking wait for next week after I've had my cycle, because I know that the scale is going to drop, food's going to decrease, all the things. I just have to push through these next couple of days, get my cycle and let my body do what it needs to do in terms of that, and then we can keep pushing forward, because it's not that I'm going backwards at all. Like the fact that I'm still like super compliant and doing all the things, like that's not creating a result just because the scale is going down. It definitely is, and it definitely has an impact. So I just have to keep reminding myself that just because maybe I can't see the progress right at this current moment, it doesn't mean that it isn't happening. So yeah, just keep reminding myself of that. Today is a lower body session, so going to train legs now. I do have 20 minutes on the Stairmaster as well to do. Also have my steps, and I am feeling the very much need to jump in the sauna. So I've brought my stuff to do that. I'm going to try and force myself to do that. The problem is I feel like I don't have a lot of time today, so the fact that to train lower body, do my cardio, posing as well on Wednesdays, I film my posing for Caitlin so she can just have a look and do a check-in for me, and also like sauna as well. Like I feel like I really struggle as a business owner to take time for myself, and I think I mentioned this at the start of the week, how it's been really nice to just do something for myself and actually work on a goal specifically for myself. But then that also comes with actually having to then take a step back and prioritize that time for yourself and take away from your business. So as a business owner, it does feel like a little bit of a struggle, I will not lie. I feel like I'm being selfish and not doing the right thing right now, and I have a tight chest and I feel anxious about it, and I feel like I don't deserve to put the time into myself, and that's just like a full like reality check for you. Obviously it is heightened being in my luteal phase. I am a lot better than what I used to be. Like the fact that I'm still in my car and I'm showing up and I will do everything that I say that I'm going to do and prioritize the rest of the afternoon for myself is a huge win for myself. But that's just a bit of a reality check for you. It's just being a business owner is crazy, and obviously at the moment with prep and all the expenses that come with that, I do want to be pushing more time into my business as usual, but obviously wanting to have that financial stability there so I can make sure that I can compete at the end of the year and not stress myself out financially. So yes, anyways, that's my little chat for today. I am not sure whether I'm going to film my session or not. We will see. Sometimes it can be a little bit busier at the gym at this time. Also, the exercises that I do on my second lower body day aren't really video friendly. Like I have my dumbbell RDLs, which is great, but I hate filming from like the back. It's just weird. I have a lot of like leg curls and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff is like filming from the back, and it just like, yeah, not always the vibe, especially when you are feeling like this, and I am due for my period. So we'll see how we go.
But it's water in the morning and letting my body learn. This clean skin, soft light, it's rest that shows in my eyes. It's how I hold my shoulders when I stop living rushed. I don't chase it, I make space for it. I come back.
heels are off, done my posing session with Caitlin. Obviously, as you can see, she sends me photos, videos every single week on what we work on. Caitlin is honestly, genuinely one of the best people I have met on this journey. I would be so freaking lost without her. She is obviously a posing coach with IPA. IPA, again, the best decision that I made for my competition. I will honestly, I think I've said this before, I genuinely think I'm going to miss just being there every Sunday and being a part of that community because it's just so amazing. So yes, posing's done. She said that I'm actually ahead of schedule, which is the best thing. Happy freaking Friday. Wow, my forehead looks so huge. I just caught a glimpse of that. That's not a vibe. I love wearing a headband because the fronts of my hair get super oily super quickly, so it just hides that part. But wow, excuse me, that is so rude. Okay, anyways, but let's get into some check-ins for Friday and also looking at foods and coming out of the deficit now into a build, which is really exciting. So you're looking incredibly good. I'm really happy to see where you're at with that. Steps today, is that right? It's only 10:30 in the morning and you had 20,000 steps. That's incredible. That's the run. So just watching that, I really just want the consistency through that for the rest of this week. And then next week, eat well, move your body as much as you possibly can. If you can get another sauna session in, absolutely go for it. But just really look after yourself as we are increasing foods. But this is a really good position to be in terms of running. And I'm really proud of you. The lower body is looking really good in terms of progress. As I mentioned in your training, it's really just about upper body. So keep doing those pull-ups and then look at the accessory work as well.